Hey, welcome back to the 5 Minute Strategist. So I don't know about you, but the week after the 4th of July always feels when summer really kicks into gear. It's when the slump really starts. People are off on vacations, they're taking time away from their desks, our emails aren't being open, we're not making sales like we were a couple of weeks ago. And if we're not careful, we can start to panic. Will I ever make a sale again? Is this it? Was my inner critic right? And they've all realized that I'm not as qualified as they thought I was. And this happens every year, right? It's one of those challenges that we face and we have to get through as entrepreneurs. And we should be pretty good at this, right? Because challenges come with the territory. And unfortunately, we're not great at being proactive about thinking through our behavior in the face of these challenges. And it's kind of not our fault. As humans, we are programmed to survive. The idea was that when the lion came charging out of the bush at you, you didn't think, do I have enough energy to outrun this lion, or should I be conserving some for 2 days' time where I may need to chase after the giraffe that I'm trying to hunt? The only thing our brain thinks in that moment is get the heck away from the lion, and rightly so. And we've carried this with us into modern day times. So when we face a challenge, we just think about getting away from that challenge, which means we think emotionally and we think in the short term. We're not thinking about what is the best for my business in this moment. And so we could do things that set us way off course. Instead, what we want to be doing is being a bit more proactive about it. When we're not in the midst of a challenge, thinking about what we can do when the next challenge comes, so that we can be more resilient, so that we can make better decisions, so that we don't take ourselves off course for that vision that we've been working so hard to achieve. So let's think this through with a couple of things that might be coming up as we hit the quote-unquote summer slump. The most obvious one is feeling some kind of financial strain. Our revenue's dropped off and we can start to get a little panicky about how we're going to fill it back up. We're no longer super focused on that vision that we set, and we're hyper-focused on our bank account. So we start running after revenue streams or pivoting our business, anything that will give us that short-term relief. It's not that we don't want to add revenue, it's that we don't want to add revenue that's taking us away from the vision, away from our core values. What revenue streams could you add that are in line with your core vision, right? And then we can look at where might we want to revisit some of our spending? Where could we maybe cut some non-essential expenses if the time comes? It doesn't mean that today we think, oh my goodness, it's the beginning of summer slump, I must cut everything. No, you want to think through, if my revenue went into a bit of a slump, what are the things that I could cut first so that I could ease some of that strain without wrecking my journey towards that vision? So what are the nice to haves that I've got sitting in my expenses right now? What are the non-core things that are in my expenses? This is going to allow you to be proactive and adaptable and resourceful if you hit a temporary slump, without making it all about you and what it means about you as a business person. Slumps happen to everyone. The only thing we can control is how we respond. The other thing that comes up in the summer slump in a big way is self-doubt. It's that little voice inside you that's saying, oh, if only you hadn't made X decision. Oh, if only you had followed Y advice. If only you had 20 more certifications and qualifications. And usually what we try to do with these is we try to just shove them on down. Who has gone out socializing this weekend and someone has said to you, oh, and how's your business? And you've desperately wanted to say, well, here are the 400 things I'm worried about, but you know that they don't want to hear about it. So you just go, it's fine. And you try to convince yourself that that's the truth. The best way that I have found for overcoming self-doubt is to have a community around you that you can be honest with. So that might mean 1 or 2 biz besties. It might mean a business coach. It might mean a mentor. You want somebody who you feel like you can trust so that you feel safe saying, hey, I'm struggling at the moment, and somebody who you value their opinion and their advice so that you can get some objective feedback rather than just spiraling with this little internal voice. So as we hit that summer slump and maybe financials are not so great, we start doubting ourselves, what we want to make sure is that we're proactively thinking about how we want to respond. That is going to get us a better outcome than panic reacting in the moment. That is what's going to keep you on track to your vision, even if things feel hard. That's going to allow you to hold on, allow you to be resilient. What you don't want is to get through the challenging time and realize you've set yourself back 3, 4, 5 steps from all that progress you had made towards your vision. So how will you keep your strategic vision in mind during challenging times in your business?